Good afternoon, ma. In previous classes, we have seen that what about electronic configuration and how to write quantum numbers for electrons. Okay, yesterday, so many students they have submitted the homework, and even every student they wrote correctly. It is very happy for me. And one more thing, everyone they have done well. That is very good on your path. Okay, definitely claps for you for doing this much. No one has written one mistake also. Everyone they have done correctly. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your response, everyone. Okay, like this, if anything is there, immediately just go through and submit to me. If any mistakes are there, I will inform to you. That is the thing. Okay, ma? Now, in today's class, we are remained with little bit parts of atomic structure. That one we will go through, and by today's class, we will wind up this structure of atom. We are going to complete this structure of atom. Next period, we are going to start our new chapter, that is chemical bond and molecular structures. Okay, and one more time I am going to explain. First concept, some basic concepts of chemistry we have seen. Second concept, structure of atom. Third chapter, chemical bond and molecular structure. After completion of this, we will go through organic chemistry. Okay, to understand that organic chemistry, we need to be very perfect with this electronic configuration. Next, chemical bond, every concept, and this electronic configuration, and even quantum numbers. We have to be perfect with everything to understand the organic chemistry very perfectly. Okay, so next class, chemical bond onwards. Okay, you have to be more concentrated, and you have to concentrate highly to understand the concept. That is also easily I will explain, no problem. But your concentration must be very high, because it is very important concept, and we can treat that as basics for organic chemistry. Okay, without knowing that chemical bond, if you go through organic chemistry, that one is going to show impact on 12th class, because in 12th class we have 6 organic chemistry topics. In 12th class we have 6 organic chemistry topics. To understand that 6 organic chemistry topics, we need to understand organic chemistry in 11th class. For that, we have to understand chemical bond. Like this, building will be going on. Okay, ma? Now, in today's class, we are going to see the small topic present in structure of atom, that is Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. Okay, and we are going to see the statement. After seeing the statement, this Heisenberg uncertainty principle is going to support, okay, it is going to support which nature of electron. That one also will give conclusion. Before that, Heisenberg is the name of the scientist, ma? Okay, uncertainty. What is the meaning of uncertainty? Uncertainty is nothing but error. Uncertainty is nothing but error. One small example. When schools will be reopened? That is the question now you can ask. Because due to this corona effect, okay, schools are closed. When schools will be reopened? That is the question if you get. For that, what is the answer? Uncertainty. Because there is error. When it will be reopened, we can't say. When schools will be reopened, it is uncertain. Uncertain or uncertainty. What is the meaning of that one? Some error is there, because we have no confirmation. That is nothing but like uncertainty principle. Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. What is this Heisenberg's uncertainty principle? Okay, what is the statement? The statement is, it is not possible to find velocity and position of electron accurately. It is impossible to find the velocity and position of electron accurately. 100% accurately, it is not at all possible. 100% accurately, it is not at all possible. If you want to calculate both of them at a time, we will get some error. That is nothing but uncertainty. Some uncertainty we will get. Okay, that is the statement. Once again I will repeat that one. It is not possible to calculate position of electron and velocity of electron at a time. Sorry ma, at a time must be remembered. Okay, at a time accurately. One more time. It is not possible to calculate velocity and position of electron at a time accurately. Even though the statement is given, okay, I am the scientist, I want to know both position and velocity of electron accurately. I will try. Who is that Heisenberg to say the statement? I want to try like that. Like that if you do, definitely we will get some error. That is uncertainty. Okay. This is going to support the wave nature of electron. This is going to support the wave nature of electron, because if electron is completely a particle, that means huge particle. Okay, for huge particles, we can find the position and velocity at a time accurately. Okay, for one car is going on, in front of you one car is going. Okay, we have separate equipment in physics to say what is the velocity of the car, and at that position what is the velocity of the car we can say. Means position and velocity accurately we can find for car, because car is huge body, mass is heavy, its particle nature is going to dominate wave nature. Okay, so completely if you treat that as particle, then we can say position and velocity at a time accurately. But are we able to say position and velocity of electron accurately at a time? No. Then this statement is going to support the wave nature of electron. It is nothing but it is going to support de Broglie's wave nature. Already we have seen the derivations. Lambda is equal to h by mv. That derivation is very important, as well as mvr is equal to nh by 2 pi. These two we have derived depending on wave nature of electron only. Correct or not? So like that here also, this Heisenberg's uncertainty principle is going to support the wave nature of electron. Is it okay, ma? Now, according to this statement, delta x into delta x into delta v is greater than or equal to h by 4 pi m. Delta x into delta v is greater than or equal to h by 4 pi m, where delta x is equal to error in position or uncertainty in position, delta v is equal to error in velocity. H is equal to Planck's constant, pi is equal to 22 by 7, m is equal to mass of electron. M is equal to mass of electron. Delta x is equal to error in position, delta v is equal to error in velocity, h is equal to Planck's constant, m is equal to mass of electron. Sir, what is this one? Delta x into delta v is greater than or equal to h by 4 pi m. What is the meaning of this one? See here. If you want to find the position and velocity of electron at a time accurately, okay, we will get some error in position and error in velocity. We will get some error in position and error in velocity. Those two errors if you multiply, at least that is equal to h by 4 pi m or greater than h by 4 pi m. Okay, if you substitute these values, we will get one numerical value. Correct or not? Okay, so these two errors, at least they are equal to that numerical value or greater than that numerical value. Definitely it is not 0. It is not 0 because if these two errors are 0, if two errors are 0, we can calculate the position and velocity of electron accurately at a time. But it will not be 0 or less than this value also. It will be equal to this value or greater than that value. That is the meaning. One more time I am going to explain. If you are able to, okay, or if you want to find the position and velocity of electron at a time accurately, we won't get the position and velocity of electron accurately. Then what we will get? We will get some error in position as well as some error in velocity. Those two errors, if you substitute in this equation, we will get at least h by 4 pi m value. At least. That means it is greater than or equal to, meaning these two errors will be at least equal to h by 4 pi m or greater than h by 4 pi m. Not less than. That means error is very high. Error is high. High or greater than h by 4 pi m. That is the meaning you will get. Okay. For this explanation is, let us see. One electron is in orbit. One electron is in orbit. Okay. First, I want to know the position of electron. I want to know the position of electron accurately. Then what will be happened? See. I want to know the position of electron accurately means first we have to see the electron. To see the electron clearly, we need light. Otherwise we cannot see the electron. If you want to see any object, we need light. Correct or not? That light must be fallen on electron. Because if light is fallen on one object, then only we are able to see the object. Is it correct or not? Then to know the position of car, suppose we want to see the car first. Like that, if you want to know the position of electron exactly, we want to send the light. Then if that light is going to be fallen on that object with high energy, because without high energy we cannot see the electron clearly. Correct or not? If you want to see the electron clearly, we need light with high energy. Okay. If it is fallen on that electron, then what will be happened? That energy will be absorbed by the electron and that electron's velocity is increased. If that light is fallen on that electron, it is very small particle. Immediately that light is going to be absorbed by electron and its velocity is increased. Are we able to find the velocity accurately? No. Previous velocity is different and now its velocity is different. Then what is the statement from here? If you are able to find the position of electron accurately, velocity is not found because its velocity is increased. Why? It is going to absorb the energy. It is going to absorb the energy. Just 1 second, ma. I will continue. Before that, what is the statement according to Heisenberg's uncertainty principle? What is the statement? That statement is nothing but it is not possible to find the position and velocity of electron at a time accurately. It is not possible to find the position and velocity of electron at a time accurately. Okay, for that I am going to explain that if you are able to find the position of electron, then definitely we have to use light with high energy. Otherwise we cannot see the electron clearly. If you are not able to see the electron clearly, we cannot find the position. Correct or not? So, the electron is here. If you want to find the position exactly, then we need light energy with high energy. Then if that light is falling on this electron, this light energy is going to be absorbed by the electron and its velocity increases. If that velocity increases, we cannot find the accurate value of velocity at the time of finding the position. So, if you are able to find the position, velocity we are not able to find. Okay, keep aside. Another one. We are going to find the velocity of electron accurately. We are going to find the position of, velocity of electron accurately. Okay. So, at that time, if you want to position also, if you want to find the position also, we need light. Okay, then this time I am using light with very less energy. Light with very less energy. That light with very less energy is fallen on that electron. Velocity we are able to find, but light with very less energy, if it is going to be fallen on electron, we cannot see the electron clearly, so we cannot find the position accurately. Some error we will get in position. So if we are able to find the position accurately, we are getting some error in velocity. If we are able to find the velocity accurately, we are getting error in position. If we are able to find both position and velocity at a time accurately, we will get error in both of them. That is the meaning of Heisenberg uncertainty principle. This is supporting the wave nature of electron. As it is behaving like a wave, we are not able to find the position and velocity of electron at a time accurately. Are you clear, ma? Okay. After, if you are clear, then it is simple thing only. It is not useful in next coming chapters. But the thing is, this is the supporting statement of wave nature of electron. This is the supporting statement of wave nature of electron. By seeing this statement, we can understand that electron is behaving like a wave, as well as particle already disproved. So this is dual nature of electron. Like that we can conclude. Okay, then what is the meaning here? So at a time, if you are going to find the position and velocity, we are going to get both errors. That both errors, if you multiply, at least this much value you will get, h by 4 pi m or greater than h by 4 pi m. That much error we will get. That means at a time we are not able to find the position and velocity of electron accurately. With some error only we are going to find. Suppose we want to find the length of one object. Okay, without scale, if we are able to find, definitely we will get error. Without scale, just simply we will hold like this and we can say that it is 5 feet. But it will be 5 feet exactly? No, some error we will get. Like this here also we are going to get error at a time if you are going to find the position and velocity of electron. That is the meaning. Okay, I will continue this one. Before that, I hope you are clear till this what is the concept completed. Okay, ma? Then what are the factors present? What are the properties present on the board? Delta x into delta v is greater than or equal to h by 4 pi m, where delta x is equal to error in position, delta v is equal to error in velocity, h is equal to Planck's constant, m is equal to mass of electron. Okay, ma? Now let us see. We can write this statement as delta x into this m I am bringing here. M delta v is greater than or equal to h by 4 pi. M I brought here. Okay. We have in physics one formula. Linear momentum P is equal to mv. Linear momentum P is equal to mv. Then delta P is equal to m into delta v. M is a constant. No one can change the mass. V can be changed. If V is changed, then P is also changed. That means error in V is nothing but error in P. If you multiply this 2, we will get P value. If error in velocity is there, automatically we will get error in position also. So delta P is equal to m delta V. So instead of m delta V, we can write delta P. This one will become delta x into delta P is greater than or equal to h by 4 pi. Now, what is meant by delta P? Delta P is equal to error in linear momentum. Delta P is equal to error in linear momentum. Note down all these things in your notes, ma. Okay, and after completion of this, we can conclude this one with one statement, that is Heisenberg's uncertainty principle is supporting statement of it is supporting the wave nature of electron. Okay, so according to physics, P is equal to mv. What is that P? Linear momentum. Then delta P is equal to m delta v. So instead of m delta v, I wrote delta P. So delta x into delta P is greater than or equal to h by 4 pi. Okay, ma? Where delta P is equal to error in linear momentum. Delta P is equal to error in linear momentum. Now, next thing is delta x into delta v is greater than or equal to h by 4 pi m. Okay, if delta x is equal to 0, what is the meaning of delta x is equal to 0? Delta x is equal to 0 means we found the position of electron accurately. If you found the position of electron accurately, its error is 0. Correct or not? If delta x is equal to 0, means two conditions I am taking. If delta x is equal to 0 or delta v is equal to 0. If delta x is equal to 0, what is the meaning? Found the position of electron accurately. Found the position of electron accurately. Then 0 into delta V is greater than or equal to, or at least small value is there, that is equal to I am taking, is equal to 4 h by 4 pi m. Delta V is equal to h by 4 pi into m into 0. Anything by 0, it is infinity mark. What is the meaning of this infinity? Delta V is infinity. Delta V means error in velocity. If we are able to find the error in position, if we are able to find the position of electron accurately, delta x is equal to 0, then delta V is equal to infinity. Delta V means error in velocity is very high. That means we cannot find the velocity of electron. With very large error we can find. That is infinitive error. Very big error. Or if delta V is equal to 0, what is the meaning of this one? Found the velocity of electron accurately. Correct? Then what will be happen? Delta x into 0 is equal to h by 4 pi m. Delta x is equal to h by 4 pi m into 0. Then delta x is equal to infinity. If you are able to find the velocity of electron accurately, error in position is infinity. That means very large error in position you will get. If you are able to find the position of electron accurately, then delta V become infinity. Okay, this is about Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. It is completed. So after completion of this noting down, you can write one note point as Heisenberg uncertainty principle is the supporting statement of wave nature of electron. Like that, one note point you can write. Heisenberg's uncertainty principle is the supporting statement of wave nature of electron. Is the supporting statement of wave nature of electron. Okay, till this you can note down clearly. I hope you are clear what is this infinity value. If you are able to find the position of electron accurately, then delta V is very high. That means error in velocity is very high. If you are able to find the velocity of electron accurately, then position error is infinity. Okay, by this Heisenberg uncertainty principle is completed. And one more point I would like to share with you, that is this is the nucleus and this is the electron. Without losing energy, how electron is maintaining this orbit? As it is behaving like a wave, it is not going to lose energy. Sir, how can we say that wave is not losing energy? One example. Okay, here I am staying and other person is staying in Delhi. Very large distance. I made a call. Immediately that person is going to lift the phone. How? The phone waves. Immediately electromagnetic radiation. Electromagnetic radiation is nothing but wave nature only. Okay. From our phone, that electromagnetic radiation will be transferred to one transmitter into the tower. From there, it will be transmitted to another tower nearby that person and it is reached. Meanwhile, any energy is lost? No. If it loses energy, somewhere that signal will be dropped. It will not be reachable to that person. Is it correct or not? That person is not going to lift the phone. When the signal is dropped somewhere, that person is not going to lift the phone. But he is getting signal or not? In what way he is getting the signal? if this wave from our phone, without losing that energy, if it goes within less time, electromagnetic radiation is moving, velocity of electromagnetic radiation is equal to velocity of electron, 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. With that high velocity, as it is moving from here to there, immediately he is able to pick the phone. Correct or not? Without losing energy. If it loses energy, definitely that wave might be dropped somewhere. That is the thing. Wave will not lose the energy. Without losing energy, this electromagnetic radiation, I am talking about electromagnetic radiation, it can travel from here to anywhere without losing energy. Like that here also, electron is behaving like a wave, that's why it is not going to lose energy. This is the answer we got when we consider dual nature of electron. This is the answer we did not get at the time of Bohr's model, because Bohr considered only particle nature. If it behaves like a particle, definitely it should lose energy. But now how can we say that it is not losing energy, as electron is behaving like a wave? This is the conclusion I would like to share with you. Okay, by this today's class we completed the structure of atom. Okay, ma? So I would like to share this video, and along with that one homework I will give. By that today's class we are going to complete the structure of atom. By next class immediately we will go through chemical bond and molecular structure. Okay, ma? That is about today's class. I hope you are clear about Heisenberg uncertainty principle also. Important, very important. Next, lambda is equal to h by mv derivation. After that, mvr is equal to nh by 2 pi, postulates of Bohr, all these things. Structure of atom and some basic concepts of chemistry. 2 chapters or only 1 chapter I will decide and I will keep for term test. Okay, ma? That is our portion. Or otherwise I will keep structure of atom for portion. In the structure of atom you can write for 40 marks. That marks, all those things will be decided by principal ma'am. Okay, portion I will decide and I will send in the group, ma. Okay, that is about today's class. I hope you are clear, ma, everyone. Okay, after completion of this I will give homework. So in our prescribed time you can go through the class and you can complete the homework also. Okay, so by today's class we completed the structure of atom. Thank you once again. Thank you all.